What's up, guys? My name's Mav. Today we're playing some Clash Royale, and before I hop into this, guys, check out my subscribers. We are sitting at 122, or depending on when you're watching this video, I might already be at 100,000 or something. But anyways, we recently hit 100 subs, and that is pretty awesome. So thank you guys for all the support. It's pretty awesome. And yeah, so back to Clash Royale. We are using this dirty 3 Musketeer Golem deck, and we got the Ice Wizard, Baby Dragon, Barbs, and minions, zap, and fireball. Now this deck is absolutely insane. It looks dirty, and you guys might be looking at the average elixir thinking there's no way this could work, but honestly, guys, average elixir means nothing in this game. Alright, so looking at our activity log, or our battle log, we got a win, draw, defeat, win, defeat, draw, defeat, victory, defeat, but then victory, 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 and just a bunch of victories with this deck. And yeah, so granted, this is not always going to give you a win, because there are going to be decks like this hog, like a lot of hog decks beat this, but usually that's the only thing that can beat you other than stupid spawner decks, but that doesn't count as a loss because spawner decks are retarded. Alright, so let's actually hop into one of these replays. Alright, so the first thing you want to note with this deck is that I usually start off with a golem. I don't think I've really ever not started with a golem. Maybe I have, but anyways, what you want to do, the ideal starting hand is to place an Ice Wizard on the bottom of your arena. That way it gives you time. But this guy placed an Elixir Collector, so I'm actually going to use the Golem first. And yeah, so let's see what happens. So this guy actually didn't have any spells. I didn't realize this until like midway through the raid. You guys will see what happens. But so I'm going to plop an Ice Wizard behind my Golem. Sometimes I put the Inferno Dragon directly behind it, but just in case they have a skeleton army, I'm going to put my Ice Wizard behind my Golem. And yeah, so he's going to put a Musketeer and a Witch to counter that Golem, but he has so much hit points that it is just going to burn through. And unfortunately, I used my Fireball a little bit too early, and he's just going to start throwing out these Beamos all of a sudden. And yeah, those are pretty annoying. I really don't like these guys, and at this point I'm like, oh shoot, I missed my zap, and he's going to drop a minor, very aggressive move right there. So I'm going to drop my bars behind the Musketeer and Witch, that way those get taken out as easy as possible. Alright, so unfortunately he took that tower. He's going to laugh at that tower, and at this point I'm pretty ticked off because you guys know how that goes. I hate when people start laughing after they get a tower, or when they say oops. Ugh, I can't stand that. So he's gonna laugh again, and at this point I'm like, okay, he hasn't used any spells, so I am just gonna do an all-out push, and let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm gonna actually drop my Inferno Dragon. Oh my god, voice crack. Anyways, I'm gonna drop my Inferno Dragon, and he's gonna rage, so I'm just gonna zap, hopefully to take out that those few skeletons at the Witch spawned, which unfortunately it does. Oh my gosh, I'm talking so fast. Okay, so that Witch is going to get some real good damage done on my King's Tower. He's going to hit me with a wow. I'm not really sure what he meant by that. But at this point, I'm like, okay, this guy has nothing to counter anything of what I'm about to put down. So I'm going to drop a Golem in the back. He's going to play it cool, like he's the king of the world, and going to place an Elixir Collector on the top left. I'm going to place my 3 Musketeers behind my Golem, and just because I knew he was going to put his bars behind my 3 Musketeers, I'm going to put my barbs, here, let me pause this here. I'm going to put my barbs behind my 3 Musketeers, that way if he did place his barbs, which he does right now, and then, what is going on with this screen right there? What the heck? But anyways, then they would have like a wall of barbarians to protect those 3 Musketeers. So that Golem is gonna reach the tower with about a third of the, or 2/3 of the health. My gosh. And yeah, let's see what happens. So he's gonna drop a giant to hopefully tank, but his barbs are getting shredded by those 3 Musketeers. That Golem's gonna take the tower pretty much by himself. And look at all these troops. This is the point where he's like, oh shoot, I don't have a fireball. So I'm going to drop another Golem on his side of the arena, and I'm going to place an Inferno Dragon, and this is the part where this deck shines. So here, let me pause this again. And so what I did was I placed a golem just in front of all of that clump of troops. That way he really had nothing to counter it, because this guy doesn't have any spells except for the rage spell. So this is absolutely going to destroy him. Check this out. We got 2 musketeers, we got a barbarian, and we have an inferno dragon and a golem all on this king's tower. He's going to place a giant. At that point I hit him with the crying emoji because I thought it was pretty appropriate. And I'm going to hit him with the oops, and yeah, we just absolutely destroyed this guy. So only took a couple voice cracks. That's actually better than I expected on my first recording. But anyways, we ended up with a 3 crown against Furia XD from Los Rampecu. And yeah, let's hop into another replay. Alright, so we are attacking El Violador. I have no idea. Okay, so again, I didn't start with the Ice Wizard. That's pretty much the safest place, because dropping a golem right off the bat, as you can see, I waited just long enough, because you always want to make sure you don't play too aggressive just in case they decide to push super hard or super fast. And that came out. Just scratch that. Anyways, he's going to get nothing done on my tower, and I got a little bit of a push going. And those minions are going to get some quality hits off on that tower, bringing the tower down to 2135. So I'm going to play my Inferno Dragon to hopefully get some hits, and just before he locks onto the tower, he decides to plop a skeleton army, and I missed 1 skeleton, and guess what? It went for the 1 skeleton, so that kind of hurt, but I did make him use a lot of elixir just to counter that Inferno Dragon. So we're sitting in a pretty good advantage here against this guy from Team Escom. And yeah, so I do know he has the elite barb, so I don't want to use too much elixir because he could just demolish my tower. But yeah, so I'm going to play in an Ice Wizard, and I'm going to play my 3 musketeers, because if I knew if I dropped a golem, then he would just spray his elite barbs on the opposite side. So I'm going to play it safe here. But check out this push on the left side. My fireball is going to hit them, but they are just going to shred through my musketeer and lock onto the tower. And yeah, I am completely screwed, because yeah, he's going to take this tower, and that little dart goblin is going to shred my 3 minions. So yeah, we're sitting in a tower disadvantage now. And oh, how the tables have turned. So yeah, I'm just going to wait till 60 seconds, because that is really when this deck shines, because obviously it's 4.8 elixir, so you need double elixir. Plus there's no elixir collector. But honestly, guys, with this deck, you don't really need an elixir collector. Alright, so I'm going to play a golem. He's going to start playing very aggressive here on this right side. So I'm going to drop an Inferno Dragon just to take out that huge giant. And check this out. So his musketeer is going to lock on, oh, I'm sorry, the Dark Goblin is going to lock onto my golem. Fortunately, that stupid musketeer locked onto my, here, let me pause this. The musketeer locked onto my tower. But check this out. So I'm going to drop some barbs and an Ice Wizard and an Inferno Dragon, and look at this huge push I have going, because this guy doesn't have a fireball, and I knew he only had the zap, so I'm going to play my minions behind, and check out this huge push. He's going to zap, but it's not going to matter, because there is so much stuff going on to that right tower, and that tower is donezo. Now this is looking a lot like the last raid. So he's going to log again. I don't know how he cycled so fast, but I'm going to drop my 3 musketeers. He's going to zap, but he doesn't have anything to counter it. And yeah, so I'm going to get some really good damage done on his tower, taking that tower all the way down to 600, 500, 300, 160. I'm going to fireball that top tower, and that was the quickest, like, just, oh my gosh, that was so intense when I was actually battling live. I was like freaking out. But yeah, that just shows you how overpowered this deck can be if they don't have a fireball. Because he did drop those elite barbs, but it still didn't stop my 3 musketeers from getting to his tower. And yeah, guys, so this deck is absolutely insane. Let's go into one more battle so you guys can actually see this deck in action. Or at least a little bit more. Alright, we're going up against this Chinese guy, so maybe he'll have a little more skill. I'm just kidding, but look at his starting hand. That is a terrible starting hand. He's got a graveyard, freeze, log, and arrows. That is a horrible starting hand. So he's just going to start off straight away with the graveyard on that right tower, and he is actually going to freeze it, and I don't have a zap or anything to counter it, so he is going to take that tower super far down, 714 HP. He's going to arrow my minions, and all I got left on this right side is my golem. hate it when there's like hair on the screen. It's the stupidest thing. Okay, so I'm gonna put an ice wizard behind my golem, like I said, just in case they decide to put a skeleton army. I have something to counter it other than the zap. He's gonna drop a minion, not a minion horde, just the 3 minions, and some elite barbs on that top golem. Another voice crack. This is a record. But anyways, I'm gonna get some solid damage done on that top tower. And I don't think he has anything to counter my Inferno Dragon, does he? Oh, he puts the stupid minion, Mega Minion, if I could remember the troops' names. So yeah, we're sitting at a pretty even battle right now. He's got about 200, maybe 130, 140, something like that damage more done to my tower. But yeah, so my golem is going to run up this right lane. He's going to drop another graveyard on that right side, and really the minions are the only thing I have to counter it, and I do know he has that freeze, so that tower is done, but I'm not really too worried about that. So I'm going to apply my ice wizard behind just so I can build up a little bit of a push. And check out that golem, guys. He's going to take that tower out all by his lonesome. He doesn't need no help. And so yeah, things are looking really even right now, and I don't have any predictions for this raid other than I actually know the outcome. So I'm going to play an Inferno Dragon. He's going to arrow, and I know he doesn't have any fireballs, so I'm going to plop my Barbarians behind my Ice Wizard, and they actually move in front thanks to that log. And now I got some good damage going onto his King's Tower all the way down to 1500, 1400. I'm going to drop another Golem, so I'm just going to keep cycling through. And he's going to drop some elite barbs. Unfortunately, I just used my counter. So guys, with this deck, really the only counter you have to the Hog Rider or elite barbs is going to be your normal barbarians. So don't use them on offense like I did, because that was a big no-no. Luckily, I got lucky, and his elite barbs didn't do too much damage on that left side. But yeah, like I said, really your only good defense in this deck is going to be the elite barbs, or just the normal barbs. And yeah, guys, we just destroyed this guy, and we came back again from a 1-0 deficit. Wow, look at me with the big words. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video, guys. If you did enjoy and you want more tips, tutorials, and more Clash of Clans, Clash Royale content, be sure to smash that like button, comment, subscribe. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.